and welcome back to another reading. In today's reading, we're answering the question, what hardships or challenges are about to end in your life now? So for today's reading, I've prepared 3 different pre-shuffled oracle piles. Let's go through them one by one. We have pile number 1 with Against Nature, pile number 2 with Benevolent Guide, and pile number 3 with Darkening. So please select your pile based on your intuition, and I will see you in your reading. Bye! Hi everyone, if you selected pile number 1 or Against Nature, this is going to be your reading all about what hardship or challenge is ending in your life now. Against nature. So perhaps the time of you going against the flow is coming to an end. We also have Swan. We have the Chiromancer, delivering news, collaboration. We also have the Walker, the unknown, and journey. We have Deep Diver, diving into a task. We also have Saturn in Gemini with concentration. And finally, we have Jupiter in Taurus with status. All right, let's get your tarot cards. What hardship is ending in pile number 1's life now? We have Lady of Earth. We have Ace of Earth. We have the Fool. We have 4 of Water with Disappointment. We have 10 of Earth with Foundation. And finally, we have 5 of Air with Contention. Alright, pile number 1, let's dive right in. So let's start with your chosen oracle card here being Against Nature. As I said, my first intuitive hit with that card was you are done with basically moving through life by pushing against the current, and you're ready to transition into a cycle that's going to be all about flowing through life, all about synchronistically moving, gradually, smoothly moving through your experience of the material realm. Now, this swan having a reflection here tells me that the reason why you are finally done with a cycle of pushing against the current is because you have become more you than you have ever been before. It looks like the reason why you have been really pushing against nature and knocking at closed doors and you weren't really able to fulfill yourself in some capacity in your life is because that false identity that didn't belong to you was blocking your ability basically to express yourself authentically. It was creating an energetic blockage basically in terms of your fulfillment within the external realm. And only now that you have really looked at yourself clearly, that you've reconnected with your truth here, you're able to transition into a cycle that is much more smooth and flowing, especially when it comes to your career and your finances, your ambition, your goals. It seems like pile number 1, you are a very ambitious, very accomplished, and very goal-oriented individual. You're very hardworking here. There's a lot of earth elements in your cards right here. Obviously, you can have a lot of earth placements in your own chart. You could be an earth sun or rising. Definitely, there's an energy of you needing to accomplish, of you desiring to fulfill yourself through the material realm, basically. However, it looks like because of this 4 of Water being right underneath this Lady of Earth, although you have already been embodying these characteristics of someone who is successful and on top of their priorities within the physical realm, realm, you weren't able to achieve basically the position of power or the career, achievement of your lifetime that you have always been really focused on achieving here. Actually, it looks like your inability to fulfill yourself in the material realm in this capacity, your inability to find your success, your truly deserved authentic success here. This is precisely what has made you dive deep into your own psychology, into your own basically psyche here, and concentrate and dive deep basically into an analysis of why can't I accomplish this? Why am I blocked in this particular area? And it looks like this is the end of the cycle of you having to really, constantly do shadow work, constantly look within, constantly look for blockages, constantly trying to figure out what the root cause of your blockage is. You are done. Your work, your concentration is going to be paying off. And the way that it's going to be paying off is basically you're finally going to see a reflection of all of your hard work, ambition, and accomplishment within the physical realm here. You're going to upgrade from a period of time in your life when you really struggled with an achievement within the material realm and to a cycle of having an overabundance of achievement and resources with 10 of earth being foundation here. There's definitely a new opportunity coming your way that is going to make you extremely successful in whatever capacity you have been looking to fulfill yourself, but it's also going to basically give you the financial resources or the stability that you have been looking for. 10 of earth is not even 9 of earth, right? 10 of earth is an overabundance of material resources that you can be sharing with other individuals. So congratulations, pile number 1, you're definitely ending a hardship in terms of not finding fulfillment within the material realm, not having access to the resources that you want to have access to, and in terms of you being blocked within your career ambition and accomplishment. You are done with basically pushing against the current. The energy is clearing out and you're receiving an opportunity for abundance and for fulfillment creatively, career-wise here. There's definitely a new beginning that you are starting very soon. This is an opportunity that is coming as basically news from the divine itself with delivering news, collaboration, right? An unknown journey. You're definitely not seeing this come at you at this particular time, but you will be receiving news very soon from someone entering your life, and basically you will be starting a whole new journey, and this journey is going to be largely in the unknown because previously in your life you have just been struggling against the cycle or this darkness that has been keeping you stuck basically, and now that you are done shedding that side of you, that darkness, that identity that didn't belong to you, now that you have reconnected with your authentic self, at this particular point basically the energy is allowing you to enter a new opportunity for a new beginning and to embody a totally new life here. You're beginning a totally new journey very, very soon within your career, within your accomplishment, within your ambition here. Again, because this is 10 of earth, right? An overabundance of material wealth basically, as well as this Jupiter is in Taurus, right? Jupiter is the planet of luck, expansion, and Taurus is a sign that is preoccupied with material well-being, with arts, with enjoyment of the material realm here. So you are definitely upgrading and living a much more pleasant and luxurious lifestyle in the very near future, as well as there's definitely a message of basically how or from where you're receiving this opportunity. With this being Saturn in Gemini, there's definitely an element of basically you being able to talk your way into this opportunity in some capacity. So what I'm seeing basically is you're receiving some opportunity, okay? Perhaps this opportunity is not entirely exactly what you're looking for there, or perhaps you're just hearing about this opportunity, but intuitively you're being pulled in that direction and you're using your charisma, your language, your verbal communication skills with Gemini here in order to proceed with this opportunity. So there's definitely an element of you utilizing your communication as you enter this new journey, but the opportunity is coming your way anyway. Also with the Saturn in Gemini, because this is in the 3rd house and this 5 of air contention, I'm getting actually a very specific message for some of you you, if you have been really struggling with a cycle of constantly battling against your sibling, especially a male sibling, this period of time is going to be coming to an end, and you're going to be able to heal that particular relationship, just because third house really deals with siblings, with rivalry, with that kind of dynamics, right? And this 5 of air makes me think of a sibling beating the other sibling up, basically. And I don't know, for some reason I'm just intuitively picking up there's a message of some of you healing your relationship with your sibling, basically. So yeah, pile number 1, this is a pretty short message, but it is pretty straightforward. You have been pushing against some sort of a blockage in your life, psychologically, spiritually, whatever it is you want to call it. You have just been blocked in some capacity. You weren't able to fulfill yourself, and because you were blocked, you were really dedicating your time to looking within and, you know, trying to figure out the root cause of that blockage. Congratulations, your work, your spiritual commitment and dedication, your detail orientation, basically, when it comes to your own psyche, it is paying off at this particular time. You are wrapping up a cycle of pushing and knocking at closed doors when it comes to your fulfillment in terms of your career, ambition, and finances, and you're ready to finally see a reflection of the world that is actually who you truly are on the authentic basis. Again, you're receiving some sort of an opportunity for a totally, entirely new beginning that is going to make you financially abundant, that is going to basically make you feel accomplished within the external realm, within your ambition. You're definitely ending a cycle of contention within yourself, of a dual nature within yourself, fighting and constantly trying to figure out what the blockage is, and towards a entirely new, different experience of life. You're moving into a journey of the unknown, and the opportunity that is coming your way, it is moving towards you now, and it will allow you to basically build the financial foundation and stability for the rest of your life. There's definitely a huge message of you just upgrading when it comes to the material realm, as basically a result of you finally embodying more of your authentic truth than you have ever embodied before. So congratulations, pile number 1. You are obviously ending a cycle spiritually that has been very heavy, but also in terms of your material satisfaction. You are ending a cycle of not having enough and being disappointed and feeling like there's constantly anxiety when it comes to, you know, how you're being provided for, or your own fulfillment and your own ambition. And you are entering a new journey of basically finally finding a reflection of who you truly are within your external realm experience. So yeah, pile number 1, I think this is all that I see here. Congratulations. If you really want to share your story with me, I would love to hear what is this pertaining to, because obviously you can only pick up energy. But other than that, yeah, if you want to see more from me and support me in this manner as well, please subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi everyone, if you selected pile number 2 or the benevolent guide, this is going to be your reading, all about what hardship or challenge is ending in your life now. This is making me think of work for some reason. Maybe an upgrade in regards to your career, something like that. We'll see. We have mouse. We also have the scholar, investigation, research. We also have the acolyte, new projects and learning. Okay, so definitely maybe new studies or new career, something new you're diving into. We have stars in the sky, limitless possibility. We also have a wailing tree, reconciliations. We have Saturn in Aries with risk. And we have Saturn in Capricorn with riches. All right, interesting. 1, 10. So a whole cycle is ending and a new one is beginning. All right, let's get your tarot cards, pile number 2. What hardship is ending in pile number 2's life now, please? What hardship is ending in pile number 2's life now, please. We have 2 of air with respect. Okay, we have birth number 19. We have the Hierophant. We have 2 of fire with direction. We have 4 of fire with celebration. And finally, we have 5 of air with contention. All right, pile number 2, let's dive right in. So right away, what I can tell you is at this particular moment with the benevolent guide, there's definitely an extra light energy being granted to you by your guides or by the universe. Whatever it is that you are transitioning into right now in your life, you are given extra spiritual strength of connection and a reminder of your eternal connection to the divine. Basically, somehow right now in your life you are protected, extra protected, because you're transitioning into a very important time of your journey when you're meeting your destiny at the crosswalks and finally finding your sense of purpose and belonging within the external realm, especially when it comes to your studies or your career, the way that you provide for yourself here. It is clear with the Scholar and Acolyte, both cards that are concerned with studies in some capacity, with the Mouse as well. You are a very, very intellectual person, okay? You are a very curious person. You are so talented in so many multitude of ways. It's likely that you're interested in so many different things that are not related to one another. You're always looking for the truth. You're like an eternal learner. It's one of your qualities of your soul. You like to learn. You're a scholar in some capacity on a fundamental soul level. However, with the Mouse here, it also comes with the downside, basically, of your intellect having a lot of control over you, okay? And your intellect, because it's so developed and it's so active, basically, it can just go on and 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 on in cycles of analysis and self-analysis and reflection and different perspective. You can just infinitely continue to find more perspective on whatever it is the situation might be. You always see all of the varieties of different ways that one can approach situation, and because your intellect is so active, the downside of that, as I was saying, is basically the anxiety element that comes into the game, basically, because your mind is so active. So obviously it is important that you channel that energy of the intellect into proper routes here. Right now, I do want to tell you, with this benevolent guide card, you are being granted basically an extra divine support from your guides, from your angels, from whatever it is that you believe in, from the source directly, basically, in order for you to shift into a new quality of life. And that is because it is time for you, in terms of your destiny, to walk out into the crosswalks and meet destiny where you're meant to meet it, in terms of finding your purpose and fulfillment within some sort of a career field in this realm. It seems like although you are a very intelligent, motivated, driven, curious person, right? You're studious, you are so interested in so many different things, right? It seems like you weren't really able to find your place in this world, partially because you are so unique and so capable at different areas of life. You know, maybe you've tried yourself in this and that and this and that, and you're kind of good at this, but you're not really finding the, the fulfillment of meeting your life purpose, basically, in your life. However, the reason for that was basically with this wailing tree. As you can see, there is a face of an older woman in the tree that is burning down, right? This really gives me a sense that you have been blocked in terms of your fulfillment within the material realm and how you provide for yourself within your career ambitions, basically, here, within finances also for some of you, because you have decided to tackle some sort of a very, very heavy ancestral trauma in this lifetime. You really took it onto yourself to wrap those karmic ties, and obviously that has been very difficult. That energy has been blocking you from finding fulfillment. But also the reason why you're finding fulfillment now is because your blockages basically within the external realm, they were precisely why you returned back to yourself, why you looked within, and why you have shed some sort of a darkness here. It's clear that you've done some spiritual work here, and you're ready to basically, with birth, this is a card that is equivalent to the Sun card in tarot, and it presents Da Vinci's painting of Jesus Christ being born. You're ready to be born as the true you, as per se. You're ready to experience that true, pure energy of joy and reconnection with who your authentic self is because of all of the spiritual work that you have put in here. With Two of Air being respect here and Two of Fire being direction, it looks like you really felt like, all right, I'm not really seeing clearly what my path in this lifetime will be. Like, I'm talented at this and this and this, and I wanted this for myself. I wasn't able to accomplish it. I tried this, but it's not really entirely the same thing. I'm still really preoccupied with the old dream here. You know, you just didn't have the clarity in terms of where you belong within the social paradigm, basically, in terms of your career or fulfillment or how you make finances for yourself. Well, that is because your energy has been dichotomous for a while. Basically, there were two sides of you. One, the authentic, true you that is truly aware and awakened, and the other one that is struggling with the shadow energy of ancestral trauma. And because there have been these two conflicting energy, one of light, one of darkness, there has been a lack of direction here. And this lack of direction basically is rooted not only in ancestral trauma, but the way that it presented itself in this particular lifetime is basically one path was more conventional or makes more sense to you. So you almost, like, your whole life, you almost always try to live a dual life. Basically, this is what I'm picking up from this Two of Air in respect with two horses here. It's like, on one hand, you always were aware of your unique dream, unique ambition, of your vision for the future. On the other, you also did everything logically in accordance with what you're supposed to do within the material realm. Like, if you failed at something, you did get a second job. If you needed to be rerouted, you did get a new education. You know what I mean? Like, you still had your dream in mind that is really pushing your soul, really guiding you towards the fulfillment of your destined path, basically. But at the same time, the conventional side, or the side of you that is listening to what society tells us to do, this dichotomy within your own psyche basically is precisely the reason why you have been feeling this resistance towards life and yourself this entire time, because this issue basically within you, this duality, needed to be worked through first in order for you to be born as Jesus, as this card portrays, right, as the true you, as the authentic, childlike, joyful you, in order for you to shed that false identity that society prescribed to you, and to finally end the cycle of contention and finally move into your celebratory time in this lifetime. With this Saturn in Aries and Saturn in Capricorn right here, it is clear to me that a very heavy karmic cycle of ancestral trauma for most of you is coming to an end. 1 to 10, right? You're wrapping up a very difficult cycle. The reason why I say it's karmic is not just because of a wailing tree, but because it's Saturn, right? The heaviest kind of planet and influence on us in our spiritual journey, the greatest spiritual teacher. And although this cycle has been very difficult, you were able to find yourself in the very end, and you are now entering a much more pleasant experience in your life. And obviously this doesn't come without any challenges, right? But it's entirely different in terms of your experience of the external world, because in the beginning of your life you clearly dealt with karmic heavy energy here, and now you're ready to experience the world in a much more light-hearted, joyful manner as a result of you basically reconnecting with your internal truth, with your authentic self, with what you truly really need from this lifetime. It looks like you're taking a calculated risk here with Saturn in Aries and deciding to really go for the fulfillment of your dream at this time. So it looks like you kind of lack direction here, and you're like, all right, I'm not really sure in which direction I'm being being pulled right now. And right now, precisely, it's the time of you reconnecting to your true nature. This internally makes it clear for you what you want to do, what you want to pursue. You're really clearing the voice of your intuition, of your calling. Clearly, right now, you are really transcending this karmic cycle that has been keeping you stuck, basically, because of your spiritual work. And you are taking some calculated risk here based on your spiritual knowledge and based on who you truly are authentically, based on this new, basically, free identity that you've acquired once you shed the side of you that really did things for the sake of social validation. As a result of you embodying who you truly are and reconnecting with your truth, basically, and as a result of you taking this calculated risk here, you're definitely taking some risk in terms of your career or what you want to do. Maybe you have a project in mind, maybe you have a business enterprise in mind, but this is definitely resulting in you acquiring the riches, basically, that you have been looking for. You are taking a calculated risk with Aries placement being here, and you are immediately, basically, seeing that this is precisely the project or the enterprise that is meant for you in this particular lifetime, because immediately you're seeing the response from the external realm coming back to you with an extra abundance of external resources for all the hard work that you're putting in. Like before, you were just putting in a lot of work and there were no results for all of your efforts, but now it's like boom, you're beginning your new project and all of your smaller efforts are resulting in grandiose results in terms of your material gain from your efforts here. So pile number 2, the cycle that you're wrapping up is a cycle of lack of clarity when it comes to what you will be doing in this lifetime, when it comes to your passion, your purpose, your sense of belonging to this world and the social hierarchy or realm in some capacity. You're finally deciding here, committing to some sort of a risk in terms of a project. Like in some capacity, it's a risk here because it's an Aries. You're really taking leadership here. You are deciding to really rely on all of the spiritual guidance you have been getting, on your intuition, and now because you've already shed this ancestral trauma energy, this results in you transitioning into a time of your life where you're finally feeling like the material realm is really providing you with all of the resources that you are looking for. So the cycle that is ending is a cycle of lack of fulfillment within, your career or within your purpose. If you really have been like studying this and that and you really haven't found a place where you're rooted, you're about to root yourself in a place where you truly belong from the perspective of your destiny. You're going to be celebrating here. Honestly, for a lot of you, I think it's going to be, weirdly enough, it's going to be an opportunity that you're going for, but somehow it's a reflection of who you were as a child. It's like some of you are going back to the original talent or gift or dream that you had, and you're fulfilling that very quickly. Maybe even though you've given up on that long time ago and you've already studied so many new skills, it's clear that you're fulfilling some sort of a dream here that is really a cause for celebration. You're feeling so much lighter in the next state of your life. You're feeling so much more rooted in your own spiritual knowledge. And finally, because you're witnessing the manifestation of basically your vision coming into light, finally, because you're finding your place in this world, your purpose here, you're also reconnecting with your wisdom spiritually. You can finally look back at all of the work you've done spiritually and you can say, okay, these are my conclusions. This is the perspective, or this is the breakthrough, basically, lens of analysis that I'm looking at my entire life with and I'm understanding it from. This is a very, very big deal. Pile number 2, congratulations. You have, I don't know what kind of people are watching my videos, but you have clearly shed some heavy, heavy energy of suffering and darkness from yourself. I don't know how you did that. I don't know what your spiritual practices are. Please let it know down in the comments if you want to share so, because this is beautiful. You're finally getting out of a cycle of basically learning and acquiring skills, and you needed to do that because you will see how later on in life, even when you're positioned basically at a place where you're rooted in terms of your destiny, you'll still be looking back and falling onto all of the skills and knowledge that you've gained throughout this time. Even when you thought that you were rerouting, even when you thought you were acting out of ego, you will still look back and see how the entirety of all the puzzle pieces of your journey are now falling into place. All of your skills, all of your uniqueness is being respected. You're taking some risk and finding yourself in the world of basically some sort of a dream come true here. You're birthing the world of your own creation now. You're manifesting something grand here, definitely, and finding your place of belonging because you're taking a calculated risk and believing in your own ability here. So congratulations, pile number 2, you're done with the cycle of lack of direction. You're finding your place in this world, and alongside that, you're also finding some material abundance that is supporting you at this particular time. So yeah, pile number 2, thank you so much for letting me into this energy. If you know what I'm referring to, please feel free to share your story down in the comments below. I always like talking to you guys. So yeah, I think this is all that I see here. If you like this video and want to support me, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Congratulations again, you're about to really shift out of a heavy cycle and into a very, very light and joyful one, honestly. And obviously it's not without challenges, right, as we all know, but it's entirely different challenges that you're facing now that you're done with this ancestral heavy weight of the past basically holding you back. But yeah, thank you so much, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi everyone, and if you selected pile number 3 or the darkening, this is going to be your reading all about what hardship or challenge is ending in your life now. So with the darkening here, it seems like you're integrating some sort of a shadow energy into wisdom, because obviously crow is a symbol of spiritual knowledge or spiritual embodiment of wisdom in some capacity. We'll see. We have peacock. Do you guys love the dichotomy of energies? You're going from, you know, the ugly duckling I'm seeing. So you're going from recognizing yourself as different and maybe not really understanding yourself within the context of your social environment into being a leader and embodying all of your beauty. Beautiful messages so far. We have the botanist, parenthood, legacy. We also have the astronomer, discovery, and augury. We have the wall, obstacles, 56. We also have perfect storm, the courage to step into life. Again, another crow here. What is up with all the crow symbology in your reading, pile number 3? All right, we have Sun in Scorpio with endurance. 8th house. So strength, interesting. We have Sun in Virgo with health. So Sun again, interesting, endurance and health. It seems like there's definitely a message of you reconnecting with your health, with your physiology, feeling strong and powerful here. We'll see. Let's get your tarot cards, pile number 3, and we will see what challenges are ending in your life at this particular point. All right, what challenges are ending in pile number 3's life now? We have 9 of fire with repelling. We have the Hierophant. We also have birth. We have the Fool. Wow, a lot of similar cards to one of the other piles. We have 7 of air with action. And we have a renewal. Beautiful. Number 20. So judgment card. All right, pile number 3. Let me just move your cards around and I'll be right back. All right, pile number 3, let's dive right in. So before I get into the major part of the prediction, I do want to give a specific message that is going to be applicable only for some of you, okay? For those of you who have been really struggling to conceive a child, for those of you who have been really, called to become a parent, but there are challenges or blockages along your basically way to become a parent in some capacity here, there's definitely a message that you're finally becoming a parent. Your dream of basically conceiving and having a child is coming true. The reason I say that is obviously because of birth, the Fool. We also have a baby in the 7 of air action here, as well as the parenthood and legacy, as well as health, right? All of these cards collectively are really telling me that you are finally finding balance within your physiology, and you're no longer going to be struggling with the journey of conception of a child. So congratulations for those of you who have been really challenged with this particular obstacle in your way. It looks like you will be definitely becoming a parent in the near future. So congratulations. And let's move on. For those of you who are not concerned with conception of a child or with becoming a parent, what challenge is leaving out of your life at this particular point? So let's begin with your chosen oracle card being Darkening. Darkening is a card of experiencing suffering within the external realm and really having access to the wisdom of that particular suffering, right? So it's not just suffering and experience of suffering and darkness, rather it is a spiritual card of also finding wisdom in your own pain, in your shadow in some capacity. That's why the top of the card is lit up this way. So this definitely tells me a story basically of your life largely to this point being in the shadow. Basically for you, in your perception, it has been kind of in the shadow. You have been consistently blocked in your ability to fulfill yourself in the external realm, and I think for a lot of you this has to deal with basically you finding that calling or you rising to that particular occupation, career, or sense of purpose, whatever it might look like for you, in terms of basically finding your place in the world. It looks like you have been blocked, pile number 3, okay? And the reason why you have been blocked is because you just had to deal with your own, some sort of a karmic energy or a shadow that has been blocking you here, that has been presenting itself in obstacles within the external realm. Now, although these have been obviously not very pleasant experiences a lot of the time, although you haven't been able to find your fulfillment and your authentic expression within the external realm in terms of, meeting your purpose and stepping onto the right path from the perspective of your destiny, that suffering that you have been carrying, it really made you look within. It really made you address what the root cause of your obstacles is, and that allowed you to transcend that darkness into the light. And now you're ready to experience your life as a peacock. You're finally ready to experience a life that is reflective now of your light, of the light that you have basically integrated within yourself as you addressed this energy that has been blocking you. Whatever it is, that spiritual work that you have been putting in pile number 3, it is clear that it is working. You have shed some sort of a darkness. You are moving out of a cycle of resisting life with repelling. 9 of fire, right? This is 9, the end of the journey. You are ready to transition out of the cycle of resisting life, repelling life, feeling like you're constantly pushing against the flow, and you are ready to embody your spiritual wisdom and actually rise as a phoenix, as the true, authentic version of who you are. And by default, basically, give birth to an enterprise or to a project or to the life that is basically truly authentic to who you are. You are discovering yourself, rising from the ashes. You're shedding the limitations that have been really blocking you in the past. And you are really at this point, that with the peacock, there's definitely a message of you basically attracting a lot of attention and being very beautiful, being very healthy, because you've shed a significant shadow from within your auric field. Basically, you are accelerating towards a higher vibration, and obviously that makes you look and feel more beautiful. You are reconnecting with your authentic sense of autonomy, power, creativity, expression, and you are really becoming the version of you that you always dreamt of being here. In this deck, the birth card here is actually the sun card in traditional tarot, and the reason why it is depicted as birth of Jesus is because obviously it was such a fundamentally happy, intrinsically important spiritual event for humanity to witness, birth of Jesus, right? And right now this is what is happening. You are rising as that higher vibrational being, as that true soul, authentic power that you are. You have killed the dark or the shadow side of you that has been keeping you stagnant, and you are basically rebirthing as this light worker, as this really highly vibrational energy that is all about joy, excitement, love, service, that is all about all of the spiritually highly positive values here. And again, with the Phoenix, because this is the judgment card in tarot, right, you are also simultaneously finding your place of belonging within the external realm or within the community. So we're talking about you meeting your purpose in this lifetime. Basically, this is what is occurring next for you. Your challenge of resisting life, your challenge of dealing with the shadow energy that has been blocking you, it is coming to an end. You're ready to embody the wisdom of the darkness. You've integrated the shadow in the right capacity for where you stand right now on your spiritual journey, and you're stepping into a new life here. With the Fool being here, it is clear that once you really reconnect to that sense of identity of who you truly are, you're beginning a new journey here with the Fool and action. And this journey now is authentic, finally authentic to what your soul, your heart wants to be doing in this lifetime. And because you are beginning this journey, I'm not sure what it looks like for you, obviously, pile number 3, I'm only seeing energy here. You're beginning some new journey because you're reconnecting to your authentic power. You are starting fresh, starting anew, and basically investing yourself in some project, enterprise. Maybe you are picking up a new job, whatever it might be, you know. With this new journey, the next journey that you're going on to in terms of fulfillment of your ambition and dream within the physical realm, it is actually allowing you to meet your destiny or your life purpose at the crosswalks, because finally you are pursuing whatever it is your dream is from your authentic vibration. Basically, before you weren't able to fulfill your dream because you weren't entirely authentic. The dichotomy within your own field was blocking your ability to manifest, and you needed, from the spiritual perspective, basically to address that dichotomy, shed or kill the side of you that doesn't really belong there, the mask that you were wearing, and reconnect with your true sense of power. And because you have already done the work, it's likely you already feel like very, very connected to who you truly are, really reconnected with your own sense of power and with your authenticity. This leads you to begin a new journey. And this journey, yes, it's requiring some action, but very, very quickly it becomes very synchronistic, right? It becomes very flowing, basically. Right away, basically, as soon as you step onto this journey, as soon as you start taking action towards the fulfillment of your dream, you will witness that you are no longer blocked, and you are actually now experiencing the success that comes with basically all of the shadow work that you have done in your spiritual work. This is beautiful, beautiful energy here. And over here with Sun being in Scorpio, right, and Sun being in Virgo, it is clear that it's almost like you have tried to fulfill this dream over and over again. The reason why I say over and over again, because there are different attempts at drawing this baby, right? There are different stages where it looks like there are different stages of the painting of this baby, right? So you've tried again and again, and you constantly were blocked, but through your attempts to fulfill your dream, you still were rediscovering one action at a time, basically, who you truly are. And so no matter what you feel like you've wasted your time on, no matter whether you feel like you weren't able to fulfill your ambition, whether, all your work went into oblivion, no, it didn't, okay? Because every single time you pushed towards the fulfillment of your dream here, you have rediscovered a part of yourself that you needed in order to eventually rise as a phoenix here. And that's what's occurring next. It looks like with Sun and Scorpio, right? Scorpio is the sign that is the most connected to the underworld. Your journey hasn't been easy. You really had to be in the shadow realm, fighting and pushing through battles that people don't see on a daily basis. Perhaps your life altogether, objectively from an outsider's perspective, doesn't look that much full of suffering and challenges, right? But within, you know damn well that you have conquered your own line. You have seen your darkness, you have dug deep, and you have endured. And right now, basically, it is time for you to receive the result of all of this commitment that you have basically dedicated to yourself and your spiritual journey, and to figuring this out. You're finally going to be done with a cycle of endurance. You've done the internal work, and basically the external world is ready to reflect that towards you. Now, pile number 3, if you have been blocked, especially in terms of like starting your enterprise or becoming famous for your creative project, whatever it is that you want to be known for, whatever it is your ambition or dream is, your legacy, precisely your legacy, whatever it is your legacy is, you are finally able to cultivate that as a result of you basically constantly searching for that answer as to why am I blocked? What is it that I am really needing to shed here? What is preventing me from fulfilling my ambition? Whatever it is your limitation was, whatever it is the wrong perspective or the mask that you were wearing, you're shedding that, you're rising as your true you with renewal here. This is the Judgment card, and you are really meeting destiny at the crosswalks. It seems like you are investing in some sort of either a creative project or like a new business opportunity, just because of this being the botanist, right? And the botanist obviously cultivates their own garden, right? And same goes for you. You are beginning this new journey where you are putting in effort, you're doing something that you love here, and this results in you basically receiving the recognition and the final acknowledgement of yourself. You're finally understanding yourself that, okay, this is where I belong. I have finally wrapped up a cycle of, constantly being blocked in some capacity, and I can finally start building my legacy from here on now. Alongside that, obviously, as I said in the very beginning, your health is improving drastically. So this gives me a context for a lot of you. The reason why you may have been having issues with your physical or mental health, for a lot of you it's mental health here, is because basically you were trying to intellectualize your way out of the shadow energy, but you couldn't, right? And that obviously causes you to be anxious. It causes you to be stressed out, and your body starts producing hormones of stress. It becomes basically conditioned into thinking that stress is the norm for it, and we become stuck in those cycles because our physiology itself is already penetrated with the shadow here, with health, right? So it's clear that as you are reconnecting with who you truly are, your health is also improving, your mind is clear. If you have been dealing with physical and mental health issues, that is really finally coming to a conclusion, and you're able to experience a lighter cycle of enjoying yourself in your full power, basically. So yeah, pile number 3, beautiful, beautiful messages. I know, pile number 3, you are a very hardworking individual. You are someone who has an extreme amount of personal power, and you have really fallen down before. You know, you've been at the lowest of the low, but you have gotten up and you've pushed through whatever the internal and external challenges that you have been presented with, and now you're ready to basically finally receive the positive results of you putting in so much internal work to rewire your brain, to rewire your narrative, to change out of this mask that you were carrying that didn't allow you to express who you truly are and was blocking you in terms of your health in some capacity, and you're just transitioning into a happier experience altogether. So for all of you, you are done with a cycle of basically facing obstacles within fulfilling your destiny or your dream in some capacity. You have integrated with the Hierophant your spiritual knowledge of basically moving through a dark cycle, and you're ready to be born as Jesus, as per se. You're ready to be born as a lighter, more higher vibrational version of you. In the traditional sun card, right, the child is actually depicted on the horse there, because at the sun card, the fool has already gone through the tower, through the ego death at death cards, right, and he's finally experiencing the success that is truly authentic to his childlike, true soulful nature. That's why he's depicted as a child here. So you're definitely transitioning into a more joyful and easier experience, emotionally speaking wise, that is for sure. And your journey next is going to be all about your legacy and building basically your cause, whatever it might look like for you, in terms of how you will be serving humanity and helping others awaken through your own experience of reawakening here. So yeah, congratulations, pile number 3. Honestly, this theme has been prevalent in like all of my readings in some way. It looks like all of us are rising to our calling, are rediscovering who we are at this particular moment in our development. And this is very exciting, right? Because I've been there. I myself have been in a very, very similar cycle. I feel like this pile applies to me too. So I really get it. I'm ready. I'm ready for a new beginning here, and I'm ready to feel like I have truly found a place of belonging within the external world and what my purpose here is basically, right? So yeah, I'm really excited for us. Please feel free to let me know once this change starts occurring for you, once you really reconnect with who you are, what it is that you are doing, what is it that you're investing your energy into, what is your creative enterprise as per se. I always love to hear about it, and I will obviously share mine as soon as I kind of figure my own spiritual side of the business out. But yeah, thank you so much for letting me into your energy. Congratulations, it is clear, okay? Pile number 3, what I can tell you for sure, you're no longer going to be experiencing the same level of dark vibrational suffering that you have been throughout your life, because you have finally basically shed the energy of limitation off of you. So all of the challenges on your journey in the future, they're never going to be bringing you the same type of suffering in the same vicinity that you have experienced in the past, okay? I know that for sure, because it's completely different when you're blocked by karmic energy when you try to achieve something, right? That causes a lot of suffering, a lot of pain to our emotional body, to our heart, to our soul. And obviously when you're already living in your purpose, embodying who you are, yes, certainly life is always with challenges and obstacles on our way and lessons, right? But these lessons are precisely what you need, and you're already feeling so empowered and so higher vibrational that they're never going to have the same kind of emotionally crushing impact on your psyche. So that is a very, very big deal, the fact that you're transitioning into a more joyful experience and you'll be finding a place of belonging in this world. So yeah, congratulations, pile number 3. I think this is all that I see here. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe to the channel and support me in this way, I would really appreciate it. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye!